Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for clicking on. It is the American Doofus channel, Late Night in America. A brand new opening there. And thanks to my friend Apollo, former guest on the show, often guest on the show. We had him on, had a technical difficulty a couple of weeks back, and we're going to have him back on again here real soon. But thank you to Apollo. Hi, GA from CA. Paw Patrol. Hey, thank you all for joining, and we got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. Of course, 1776 Restoration Movement and the opposition. The series is Patriots or Pedos, and season 4 has just got underway. Season 4 back to DC, and I'll tell you what. Let's just start out. Let's just start out with that. A little something from Anarchy Princess. I'm going to play just a couple of moments of this, and then after we're done here, go, if you haven't seen it already, go watch Anarchy Princess's stream. But let's just kind of join in here for just a couple of seconds. A key moment happening.
Who's this bitch? Who's this bitch? Who's this bitch? I'm going off. I'm going. What's up, bitch? Meth?
What's happening?
Hi, Nevada.
Out of the house.
Hi, Nevada.
Where's your fucking kids, Bree?
Hi, where's your kids, bitch? Where's your kids, bitch? Hi, Jalen. Thanks for apologizing. I suggest you stay away from me if you want me to leave you alone. I suggest you stay away from me if you want me to be nice to you. Fuck Ashley Babbitt. 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 On your oath. Are you stalking me?
Anarchy Princess triggers them so badly and is in their head. I personally don't agree with everything she does. I don't agree with everything any of them do, but I totally respect all of them for standing up and for taking a stand. And there's more.
I seen you before. I remember that hat. DC don't like fascists. Dog Tifa. This bitch is blocking the sidewalk at DC with a fucking dog. Woo woo. I'm allowed to walk the sidewalk.
She is not allowed to come through here.
I'm allowed to walk the sidewalk. I can't walk this. They said I could walk the sidewalk.
Sir.
Cops lives matter. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha.
Okay, the reason I'm showing this is twofold. It's to show the number of the 1776 Restoration Movement that is at the event. It's as well as the attendance of the event, because I don't think the attendance was what they were hoping for. But nonetheless, and the second reason is to show the effectiveness of Anarchy Princess.
Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha.
Honor your oath.
Look at this little crackhead. She even put makeup on today and everything. Well, get the fuck, bro.
What's wrong, Bree?
Look at this crackhead.
What's wrong?
This girl just assaulted me. Hi, Fireball. This girl just assaulted me. This girl just assaulted me. Fuck Ashley Babbitt. Rapist. 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 Dennis Yarbury. Rapist. Arrest me for what? Arrest me for what? All of you are fucking criminals! You were in the Capitol, you fucking bitch! Honor your oath!
Okay, we're going to stop there. And I recommend, as I said, that you go watch the rest of her stream if you haven't caught it already. And let me do this. Lover, hater, she triggers them like almost nobody else does. Lori, the Defender of Ants, and Anarchy Princess, all three trigger them. But like always, we're just showing you things. We're not telling you what to think or how to think. We're not telling you to agree or disagree. We just show you things and give you things to think about. Too much media trying to tell all of us what to think and what to think about. And that's why we show so many diverse things on this channel. Now, that was heavy, and it got heavier shortly thereafter. So let's lighten it up a little bit. And in our last live, Telescope joined, and we'll talk more about Telescope coming up later on. Telescope joined, and we talked about how comedy and satire have really started making a presence in this 1776 restoration movement and opposition situation. And we mentioned the 1776 reenactments with dolls, and I had a couple of comments wanting to know, what that was about. So we're just going to play one of the shorts here, their latest one, 1776 Restoration Movement loves Defender of Ants.
I am Defender of Ants.
'Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make 'em say that. Damn, fly.
Oh, white guy.
I am
Defender of Ants.
Defender of Ants.
There we go. So that's our real quick little update on what's happening with 1776 Restoration Movement and the opposition, as I know of at the moment. Before we get into how we normally start with checking what mainstream media has to say news-wise, I'm going to run back up to the top of the chat and say hello to those I missed. Hi, Fred, Mission Impossible. Yeah, GA from CA, I understand, kind of traumatized tonight. Cunning Stunt, hello. Hi, Sissy. Ohana, thank you for everything. Oomph. Yeah, popped back up to the top. And Yaima, I think is the right way. Yaima, if I remember right. If not, I do apologize. Hello, Tupelo, Flower Child, Baby. Thank you for watching. You're confused? Okay. Are you confused with me? Or are you confused with how this started? Or let me know what you're confused with, and I'll see if I can help. Dragons Do It Better, Liberty Bell, Pat Tolliver. Actually, Liberty Bell, I believe AP did make the news. And again, that's, I cut it off so that before the major stuff started happening, believe it or not. Thank you, Yaima. Thank you. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in, no matter what platform you're on. If you're on YouTube, hop in the chat, say hello. If you have questions, by all means, do not hesitate. And I'll get on with the show here with what's happening breaking news wise around the mainstream media. The Guardian says Storm Fiona ravages Canada's east coast, causing terrifying destruction. Giorgia Meloni may become Italy's first far-right leader since World War II. Hitler ally Mussolini was in power. Iran will act decisively after the biggest protest in years. The Iranian president says that's according to Reuters. And Russians protest in dozens of cities against Putin's military draft. That comes from NPR. And we have we've got some a little bit more about each one of those, and I just shut the I just shut the page down. Let me pull this back up real quick, and we'll talk a little bit more about some of those stories, as well as some other things. Now, you know, a lot of us watch so much of the 1776 stuff and have been watching so much of it, we get caught up in it and we forget that there are other things happening. And, you know, that's one of the, what I think benefits of what we do here on this channel is that we kind of quickly catch you up on some things to think about that you might not otherwise know. Israel wants a two-state solution to the Palestinian conflict. Their temporary prime minister, Lapid, tells the United Nations. If you are a follower of Bible prophecy, you know that before anything can happen, there has to be peace and security within Israel. And Israel has always ignored the even talk of a two-state solution, but now they're bringing it forward. Just something to think about. A little over 3 hours ago, North Korea fired a ballistic missile, a test missile, ahead of the U.S. and South Korean joint military drills. Timing is everything, I guess. If it weren't for gerrymandering and voter suppression, Republicans would only win 35% of elections, according to this map. When you're not coloring all the places where no one lives red, suddenly the map doesn't look quite the same, does it? I don't know how accurate that is, but it is something to think about as far as gerrymandering goes. We talked about, and I want to bring this up because I'm afraid it will stop in the middle if I don't. Talked about what's going on in Russia with cracking down on anti-war protesters. Let me start this over just and kind of just a little bit here. I don't see an anti-war protest, but that's just me. However, watch what these police are doing, because this has been leaked out that they're just pulling people off the streets and throwing them into vans. And I don't know, just something to think about is, you know, is that something we ever want to even consider to have happening here in the United States? Is it happening here in the United States? And I definitely have to touch on this because we did breaking news on this earlier. There is the possibility that there was a military coup in China today. Now, I got the messages from people that it didn't happen. It didn't happen, and it may not have happened. But remember this: we're talking about China. We're talking about one of, if not the most secretive countries on earth, one of the most controlled populations on earth. And we're 2 years from COVID, and we still don't have their COVID numbers. Do you honestly think the Chinese media would announce, or would even be allowed to announce, that there was a coup? If it is true, it's going to kind of seep out, as it appears to have been doing. And this source says that Major General Mao Zedong is one of 3 senior military officers behind Xi's arrest, and Mao is the grandson of former Chinese Communist Party chairman and the founder of China, Mao Zedong. We'll find out if all of this is true or not in the coming days. As I said this afternoon, we do not have any Western mainstream media reporting. Newsweek says unsubstantiated claims spread on social media that Chinese president is under house arrest. The reports have been dismissed as wild rumors by the internet, not by anyone in any significant power. So again, just something to think about. And 4 hours ago, tracking a Chinese plane, a Chinese government plane, possibly transporting someone. And we mentioned Iran. Iranian students holding a protest at the University of Tehran, chanting "Death to the dictator." Just one of many protests going on in Iran. And this was from 17 hours ago, when it first started leaking out that there had been a coup. Suddenly, there's no air traffic over Beijing. There's not only air traffic, there were no trains in or out, canceled buses even. So make of all of this what you will. And it is allegedly, and this is what we showed earlier. Xing's rumored to have undergone a military coup with the People's Liberation Army gathered at Sheng Military Airport under the orders of Li Guangming. Now, this is a totally different name that might have been one of the other 3 generals that were involved, if we do indeed find out that that is what has happened. If it has happened, it is potentially earth shaking. It impacts the entire world. First of all, the number of goods that are made in China, the number of countries that are dependent on China's manufacturing. If the military is taken over and it suddenly becomes a military dictatorship instead of a communist dictatorship that is a little more civilian based, we don't know what the impact is going to be on trade, on the supply chain. Then we get into, if it is a military coup and there is now a military dictatorship or triumvirate or whatever it may be, Taiwan and the United States declaration of defense for Taiwan. Should Taiwan be attacked, the United States will come to its defense. With everything else that's going on, it's big news if it has happened. And again, we may not know for 24 hours. Our government may know now, and it's if they do, it's an WTF moment, because it throws the world's most populated country with one of, if not the most populated armies, into uncertainty. And we've got enough uncertainty in the world as far as diplomacy, as far as politics go, without China suddenly being unsettled, to say the least. So we'll wait and see what happens. And those are, the other rumor that that I have, that was sent to me, was this happened because of Xi's commitment to what's going on in between Russia and Ukraine, and that the army did not like that commitment and did not like what they could potentially be asked or forced to do. So that is the reason for the what is reported to have been a military coup. One of the other things that plays into this, if there has been a military coup in China, is that Russia, Iran, Iraq, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, these are just the ones popping into my head. Their armies are, and who knows, the extreme far right in America may say, hey, China did it, we'll do it too. It just, the potential turmoil that a coup like this, if it has happened, the potential turmoil, as I said, it really is Earth. It really will be worldwide. And it's, I don't know. It's something we have to think about, but man, it's not something I want to dwell on, because just way too much can go wrong with instability. And as I said, we've got enough instability on here. Hello, Longbeard. Hello, Hellraiser. Anybody else hop on here that I have not yet said hello to? BTM Sparky. How you doing, Sparky? Okay. All okay. I checked before I came on. I checked Flight Tracker. All the flights seem to be back over China. Things seem to be, at least by the outward appearance, seem to be normal over there, I guess. It seems to be the normal flight paths and relative normal traffic, which I would think they would want to do. If they're trying to keep something secret, they're going to want to, return to normalcy as soon as possible. Hi, Proud Army Girlfriend. Hi, Joy. Hi, Donna. Hi, Jameson. Thank you all for watching. Going to just touch on a few other things here, and then I'm going to talk about the interview with Telescope that we did. Ian or Ian, however they choose to pronounce it, I've heard it both, is now forecasted to reach a category 4 in the Gulf, and the track is trending more to the west. So instead of hitting the Gulf side of Florida in the middle of the state, or the right in here, it's tracking more towards the northern and western part of the state. Now I've got a daughter in Florida, and I got a daughter over here in Louisiana. So anytime a hurricane is coming into the Gulf, it's something I'm going to keep an eye on. And this particular forecast is from Reed Timmer. You might remember Reed from Storm Chasers on the Discovery Channel a few years back. That's where I first came to be aware of him. So Hurricane Ian, we'll just have to keep an eye on how that tracks. And Hurricane Fiona made landfall in Canada as a post-tropical cyclone, knocked out power to more than 5 million customers in Atlantic Canada today. So when we talk about preparing, you never know when something's going to happen. Canada doesn't get hurricanes, and again, you know, maybe it's the cynic in me, maybe it's the conspiracy theorist in me, but anytime there's a whole bunch of strange weather or strange occurrences, I personally have to wonder, you know, are things being weaponized? We know, if you've watched the show, you know that we've shared proof of what Russia has been doing with electromagnetic weaponry. But it's just something to think about. Now, we had a near miss today with a solar eruption, and one of these times it's not going to miss us. Again, I talk a lot about being prepared for different things on here. One of these times it ain't going to miss us. This gives a very this gives a very clear view of how big these things can get. Here, the first one's going to be coming down here, and the second one's going to be coming right here. And thankfully, this happened. Of course. Let me get through the ad, and I'll hop back over to that. Again, thank you all for tuning in. And if you are a 1776er, especially, thank you for watching, and make sure that you hit that super chat, and that you hit the Cash App, $ American Doofus, AMERICANDUFUS, all one word, because I know you 1776ers like to do that. And hey, you know, we're 100% viewer funded here too. So I'm sorry, little levity, or at least attempted. Here we can see the explosion coming off, and a mass. I mean, a mass of radioactive, electromagnetically charged particles. In that case, plasma. This is the blast. Okay, and this is what I want us to see. This is the blast that it's almost visible now, coming out this way, and then you'll see this one be. And if either one of these had been Earth facing, we would have had at least some trouble with satellite communications at the very least. And look at the amount of plasma coming off this one that just turned away from us. and watch how long it stays in the air. This moves really slow because this is much more dense. It's much more compacted, and it would have been incredibly damaging if something like this hit Earth. And then the other one pops right there, and you can see how fast it overtakes. Current view, these are sunspots that are just now making their way around towards Earth, and at the moment everything is relatively quiet. But we keep an eye on this stuff for a number of reasons, and the most important, in my opinion, is that the media tells us what to think and shows us what they deem should be important to us. And I think we ought to have the choice of what to think and how to think and what's important. So we show a lot of different things, including the Sakurajima volcano, which erupted in Japan today.
In Japan this Friday around 13:35 local time, the Sakurajima volcano spewed large plumes of smoke and ash. The height of the ash column reached more than 4,000 meters above the island of Kyushu. A small infrasonic wave was also recorded.
Now, anytime you see a giant volcano plume and a high-rise building in the same shot, you have to wonder who built it, who built this building, because it's not like there's just one big building standing there by this volcano. There's a whole city, and of course, Japan's a huge volcanic island anyway, so I guess no matter where you build, you're going to be close enough to be taken out by a volcano. But I don't know. Just play a little more here. And also, Japan got hit today by a typhoon, which is a Pacific hurricane. So again, I think there were 10 different major tropical storms going on around the world right now, which is an incredibly high number. And maybe it's the cynic, maybe it's the conspiracy theorists, but
the front of the lava flow almost reached the base of the volcano to the south, stopping right at the coast road. Volcanic ash was blown southeast of the crater. Sakurajima is currently under volcanic hazard level 3 entry restrictions. Okay,
what you're seeing here, this is basically vaporized rock that's coming out in these white clouds. And if a super volcano ever erupted, it would cover a lot of the area in this powdered rock, if you will, and breathing would be deadly. And one final thing we want to
3, 2.
Okay. One final thing we want to touch on is the number of earthquakes that are happening right now and where they are happening. And hold on a second here. I'll pop us over to that page. Okay. Thank you for watching. Always greatly appreciated. Brief delay here with production. There we go. This is here's the United States, and this is South. This is Central America. This is South America. here in Mexico, they've had two major earthquakes in a 2-day period, a 7.2 and a 6.5. And the predicted power is radiating out this way, radiating down, and then also radiating up. So predicted earthquake here. Let me run it on just a couple of seconds here. And then there was an earthquake today in Chile, right down here. And you can see this is just in the past week. The number that, this isn't a year. And you can see how earthquakes are swarming in certain areas. And let me bump it back here just a second if I can and find it. There it is. That's what I wanted right there. And I went there we go. Okay, here are the major plates in red. And these are the tectonic plates that support our land masses and support all the way to the oceans. And all these orange dots are earthquakes. Here's one right out in the middle, but they all seem to be going around these plates, and they seem to continue to go around these plates. And they're continuing to increase in magnitude. And I wish I'd have marked this better, but over here is Australia. And above Australia is New Zealand. And I'm sorry, right over here is New Zealand. And in the northern island of New Zealand, there's a volcano, a super volcano. And there's a earthquake swarm going on around this super volcano. And that's something that, you're not going to hear about on mainstream media because they don't want you thinking about those kind of things, but it's what's going on. Hold on a second. Freedom Squirrel, you can come on. Have I got the link at the top? Freedom Squirrel, hop on here. If there's something that needs explained, we'll do it here. You're always welcome. Congratulations on getting married, Mug or Longbeard. I'm trying to get back down to the bottom. Yeah, you can come on anytime, Mel. All of you. I mean, I love talking to the squirrels, and I love talking to Lori, even though there seems to be technical difficulties constantly with Lori. But I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed the conversation with Ant, and I wish we could have, wish we'd had a little better reception. But we'll have Ant back on again, of course. Because there are a lot of things we didn't get to talk about. So if you want to hop on here, is the link up? It should be at the very top of the chat. If not, actually, let me just drop it back in here again so you know where it's at. Because I'm not sure. I'm not sure what. Hello, Thunder. I'm not sure what's happening, and I'll just listen. Knuckles, what's going on, man? I'm doing okay, I guess. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? Hope you're well. Hope everybody's well, and that includes the puppies. Yeah. Well, I don't think what happened to today being a big day. Like many other times when things appear to have come from the QAnon sphere, it's much ado about nothing. You know, we have to talk about it, you know, as far as mention it, and why I'm mentioning it. But, you know, we didn't dwell on it because it was my hope that absolutely nothing would happen. However, if there was a coup in China, then that's major. But I don't think that was what anybody was talking about. That was talking about that about the 24th. Hello, Lynette, Kaiser's mama. Let the lies begin. I haven't been lying about anything. Just been giving opinions and observations. Fireman, something is going on that I am obviously not aware of. Okay, Freedom Squirrel's she got to pull over and get settled, and then she'll jump on. So let me go ahead and I need another freedom drink. Oh, okay. Okay, all right. Hellraiser. Hi, Freedom Ninja. Go back and you can go back and watch the replay of the first part, and we're getting ready to have Mel, Freedom Squirrel, hop on here in just a couple of minutes. I'd love to talk with you, Freedom Ninja. 1 mile to an exit. Okay. All right. So, let me go back up here just a second. Knuckles, if there's been a military coup in China, the military will want to take over Taiwan and distance themselves from what's happening in Eastern Europe, and it's concerning. So if there's been a coup, possibly within a month, we'll be involved in a conflict with China. It's the same thing with Iran and Israel. The same thing with what's going on in Eastern Europe. If Russia uses a weapon that we consider over the line, then we're in there. And if we get our troops scattered all around the world, and there's an uprising here at home, actually kind of leads into what I was going to play. I'm going to play this quick little clip from interview with Telescope from the other night. Are you a half full or a half empty glass kind of person?
I'm more of like a half full glass of arsenic kind of person. So it's more about the chemical of
it. Very quick, as always. So I've been talking about what's going on with Russia, what's happening in Iran, massive protests going on in both countries, potentially mass protests happening here in America at any time. You're a glass half full of arsenic kind of guy. what concerns you most as far as the future of the United States?
I mean, weirdly enough, the microcosm that we've all been dealing with this the 1776 restoration movement cult, the rise of right-wing ideals, extremist right-wing ideals. You have, people who you see at the J6 visuals, they see them donating money to people who attempted to overthrow the government. Even though, yes, they have a right to due process, but here's the symbol of that. They tried to overthrow the United States government. So bear in mind taking our Constitution and making it null and void. And then arguing, hey, I don't have rights. Well, you didn't really believe in those. So you have a lot of that. Even with the 76 restoration movement call of being against freedom of speech and all that. So it's very interesting. And you bring up the stuff about Iran, being the morality police, and that's what they were trying to be, more morality police, and obviously within Christianity, not rather than Islam. So yeah, and like I'm an atheist, so I know what that the Christian Bible says should be done to me, and I know in certain countries, Iran and Arabia, what they say should be done to me over there too. So definitely, there's the right-wing extremist ideals and religious movements.
I did an episode not long ago. How close Civil War and how did we get here? Do you think we're close to an armed uprising by the extreme alt-right?
It's weird to hang out with the extreme like alt-right because they're literally waiting for like the itching on the finger for the guns. I don't think we are. Because bear in mind, they promote back the blue ball, promote the military and all that kind of stuff. So like, if we literally have a war, who do you think would be fighting? I don't think we are. I don't think we're.
Okay, again, you can watch the rest of that at the previous episode here on the channel. Something happened here. Why don't I have my close button? There we go. All right, there we go. All right. So yeah, who would they fight? And especially if the military is deployed all around the world and a lot of the police are on their side. Just something to think about. All right. I always look forward to talking to this lady. She is a brave lady, hold on a second, very talented lady, intelligent lady, and looks like not very happy lady at the moment. So Mel, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm all right. What's up?
Well, so there was a little incident down at the J6 thing today.
Okay.
And I thought I should come and talk about it.
Okay.
And instead of doing my own stream, I thought I'd come onto yours.
Well, thank you. All right. Okay. All right. Are we talking about Anarchy Princess?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Then okay. Then I don't know what incident happened.
Okay. So, Red and I were on our way home from New Jersey, and decided to stop in DC. It's on our way. And there's people walking by. This window up. And we had a plan. We had a plan.
Okay.
And our original target to speak to was not there. So Red went straight for Ant. I confronted him.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
I confronted him about a lot of lies and things that have been going on. And you know, now everybody's pissed. Everybody's pissed because somebody went after Ant. I keep falling down. But yeah, so that, I mean, that's pretty much what it was. That was not the intent. That wasn't the what we had planned. But it's what happened. So,
Okay. Was there a physical altercation or just a verbal altercation?
verbal. He went up and told him, you know, he was like,
Okay.
you know, we need to deal with our problems, you know, or something along those lines. And he was like, no, I'm not doing this. And you know, Red's like, no, you're gonna deal with it now. And he was like, no, I'm not doing it. And then the cops told us to go walk away. So we did.
Okay. Okay.
So, but a lot of people are pretty mad.
Basically what it is Ant is a pathological liar, and he's been caught numerous times. And I had enough when he put out the video about asking about Billy being in Texas, which is just silly because everyone knows Billy was never in Texas. So I've had enough of Ant and his lies, because that's all he does is a pathological liar. And I find it really weird why I can't talk to Santa Claus, but he can go around hugging Big D, Crystal, anyone else he sees, and then has a long conversation with Rose all the time. It seems really weird.
Red, can you tell us what you and Santa Claus talked about?
He promised me that he was going to get rid of all the trash. And I said, well, we're going home anyway. He said, well, I'm going to get rid of all the trash, and I'm really sorry that we never believed you.
Okay, he meant, so you assumed he meant the trash in his organization, but was he really talking about the opposition?
I have no idea. And
he made it sound like he was talking about like Freedom Outlaws and
Big D and the rest of them. But meanwhile, he kicked out Rose and Dominic.
Wow. Okay. All right. All right. Kaiser Mama, what are the lies? I've heard some of this before. And this happens, you know, when you have an online presence of any kind, even a tiny one like I do, you got people that just hate you and hate everything you say, no matter what it is.
Well, here's a question for Kaiser's Mama. Why did she get kicked out of BTN?
Okay. Well, BTM's become kind of, you know, actually we talked about BTM with Telescope. Everything from their mouth, ask AP. We need to have everybody on here one night.
You don't want to do that.
And just hash all this out. You know,
I mean, it's gonna get hashed out, but just not the way they want it to. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I've had enough.
All right.
I'm like past the point of all the lies, bro. It's like it's gone too far, and it's, to me, it's really weird. Like everything is all connected, and all of a sudden now Ant is best friends with Rose, telling her he loves her as he's walking out. When Rose was like Santa's number 2. So again, like everybody's like, oh, you had a 2-second conversation with Santa, but yet Ant can go and talk to his number 2 for as long as he wants, and then tells her he loves her. Like when is enough of the bullshit?
No, Michelle, that's it. Negative. We've not talked to David at all.
Not since that day.
Not since that day. Out front of Bunker Hill.
I forgot you can see the chat. So yeah, because of the software I have, whoever's on can see what's going on in my chat, which is different than the YouTube chat. So does it matter really that I mean, I asked Telescope of this last night because he mentioned that he mentioned talking with Buffalo Man. Does it matter that you have communications with those on the other side? I mean, you guys have you were all you traveled with them. I mean, it, you know,
They were like family.
We don't mind it, but it seems like everyone else does unless it's them, and that's the problem.
One thing I'd like to know is why Patriot Q was protecting Ant.
Yeah, why was Patriot Q protecting Ant tonight? That's really weird. It's another good question.
Well, Michelle, you keep asking the same questions. No, we've not talked to David at all.
Yeah, so we got blocked in by Patriot Q, who was stopping us from going after Ant.
Well, I had to back up, go around, and hit it in reverse. Almost hit my car. So I got up around him and parked, and he started yelling. And Ray gets out and told him, "Hey, we're just going after Ant. We're going to take care of your DOA problem." He said, "No, you're not," and started blowing on the horn to let everybody know where we were. Well, suspect.
I mean, it's all right there on our live feed. I mean, we put the video on private, but I'm sure everybody's got a screen record of it, so everybody saw what happened with Patriot Q.
Okay, Defender Vance is in here. I'm guessing that I saw a comment about Lori. I'm guessing Lori's in here too.
So a big part of this and how it's all getting started, it started with a mod problem. That's what started it.
Okay, I have heard, I've gotten, and I haven't addressed this, but I have had messages saying you need to look at people's mods. Something's going on with the mods.
Yeah.
And I haven't done it. I kind of look at that as, you know, people help their channel, or however you want to look at it. They choose their mods. That's their business. I didn't think it was anything worth looking into. So what's the problem with mods? I mean, because hold on just a second. Let me preference, because the people that I have mod on my channel, they're awesome. And basically what they do is they monitor the chat and protect comments that might otherwise get me banned. And other than that, they send me articles and recommendations for stuff to talk about, but they don't have any control over the channel.
I'm blocked on your channel, and I never did anything wrong.
You're blocked on my channel?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll fix that. I'll
like I
fix
said,
that for sure.
I call it the mod blues.
All right, so I wasn't aware that mods have a lot of control over channels, but I'm starting to hear that a lot of the 1776 channels all have the same mods, so
yeah,
that would control the message. How does that happen?
Well, the problem with our mod, I don't know how their thing happens. Their thing happens because they want to be in control of everything. So that's basically how they do it. They just have central mods that go across all of their channels, so that way they can control the flow of information. Pretty much. As far as 76, our problem was
we had a double agent.
Oh.
And now Lori does, and she doesn't even realize it.
Oh.
So our really good friend Ashley, exposing, who's in your chat right now, tried to hijack Squirrel's channel.
I made her manager of my channel.
Right.
She unblocked 400 people. She unmodded people.
Invited Kaiser's mama to be a manager in her account without us knowing.
Without me knowing.
And we just happened to catch it all at the right time.
Okay. That now it started, the dots are starting to connect for me. Okay. So there is something that.
Yeah. So prior to making her a manager and stuff,
for about a month or a month and a half straight, I was getting text messages, and I have all the text messages to prove it. That person exposing that's in your chat would text me that Billy was at her house constantly, that Billy was harassing her, that Billy was following her, threatening her neighbors, this, that, and the other thing, nonstop, over and over and over again. I have all the text messages. I can send them to you privately. Over and over and over again, nonstop. She would do this about Billy. Then all of a sudden, when everything happened between me and Lori, Ashley became Lori's mod, and then all of a sudden, I was sending Billy to Ashley's house. When me and Billy are the farthest from friends could ever be. Like, me and him are on a hate relationship. If we see each other, we're just gonna fight. We're not gonna. So I don't understand why she would even think that she could play this one. And then Ant put out that video, if you noticed, about the whole Big D thing. When I was sitting there talking, he goes, "Was that Billy?" This is how it all connects.
Okay. Now Billy's the one that pulled the gun, right?
Right. But exposing our old mod, who is now saying that I'm sending Billy to her house. I literally have text message going back months
from before the convoy even got back from California.
Right. Of Billy showing up at her house and threatening her. But now she's saying that I'm sending Billy to her house. I mean, what kind of... Like,
doesn't make any sense.
Right, and this is...
And so, when Ant put out the video and said, "Oh, was that Billy in Texas?"
we
played it off as, how did he know that was Billy? How did he know? And exposing is like, well, I've got a few ideas.
Yeah, I have that.
Like, she freaking knew that he never went to California.
Billy never went to California.
Okay. Is he still in that area? Or is he in Texas?
No,
okay.
No, he stayed in Hagerstown.
He never went with the convoy. That was the whole kicker.
Okay.
That's the whole funny thing. Ant's like, "Oh, was that Billy in Texas?" Billy never went with the convoy to Texas.
Yeah, he stayed in Hagerstown.
He stayed in Hagerstown with the American Freedom Convoy.
Okay.
So that's what I mean about our little mod problem, and it's all stemming back from the girl that's in your chat right there exposing. Her and Kaiser's mama and the rest of Doe's show.
Yeah,
the Doe show?
Yeah, he's involved in it too.
Well,
okay.
All the people involved are from his they're all his followers. I don't know if he personally is involved or not.
Okay.
But
seems like it to me.
Wow.
So that Shadow Overwatch in there, he was one of my most trusted people.
Who's that?
Shadow Overwatch in your chat right now.
Oh, okay.
And so I asked him one day, like, how come I don't see you in the why aren't you chatting? He's one of my mods, and he was like, oh, well, I'm staying in the background for safety. I'm like, all right. And so I gave him the login for like one of my alt accounts, and I was like, well, just come in this one and chat. And he just kept deflecting that. He's like, but I'm here watching. I'm in the background. Well, when all the shit happened and we figured them out, he wasn't even modded. And I'm like, so I messaged him like, why did you tell me you weren't a mod? I did. No, you didn't. You told me you were in the background. You never told me you weren't modding for me. So exposing unblocked 400 people off my channel, and then they all unmodded themselves, or she unmodded them.
Wow.
And
I'm
before all this happened, Kaiser's mom was saying, I'm screwing Brett. Yeah, I'm screwing somebody in Canada. Really? That makes a lot of sense, Kaiser's mama. So I'll bring this up since she's bringing that up. All of them started telling me, "Oh, Brett's attacking us. Brett's attacking us," and they're showing me these text messages that said that are Brett saying, "Guys, why are you working with all these dojo people? We're supposed to be Squirrel Team first." That's what the messages said. They're all, we're being attacked. We're being attacked. And so I kind of ignored it until they were all like, "All right, well, we're out if you keep them in here." And so I unmodded Brett, and then they tell me that Exposing calls Paul and says, "Oh, Brett doxed me." And then her and two other people come into my chat, and they're like, "Oh, we're done. Unwrench me." I'm like, what the hell's going on? Because I didn't even know she'd been on the phone with him because I was live. So when I heard that, then I blocked him off my channel. The way I caught them is because I'm live one night, and Brett shows up in my chat.
Who's Brett? Who's Brett?
He's one of my mods now. He was
okay.
a mod.
All right.
Yeah. So.
Oh, he's the Canadian guy with the broccoli or something, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So,
okay.
So he comes in the chat like making kissy faces at me. Like they're trying to start a fight between us or something. So I block him. He comes right back in, starts saying other stuff. So Red blocked him straight from YouTube. And I shut the live down because I'm like, what the hell's going on? I checked the profiles on those two Bretts that we blocked. It's Exposing and Fireman.
Okay. And they're both
my
in here,
account manager and Fireman. Why were they why would they do that?
Thanks, Telescope. Brett Boyle. Okay. And Telescope had mentioned earlier the power of mods. And that's kind of what happened. That's kind of one of the reasons that BTM decided to go dark for a while, is because the mods kind of mishandled things possibly. So I have a feeling this isn't going to be the last time we talk about all this.
No, it's not. Yeah.
Just remember that.
I mean, that's the background behind it. And then Ant goes and makes these hit pieces about Jersey J, saying that he was
snitch,
putting stuff out that he got arrested.
No, not the snitch part. There's stuff about him being from Ohio.
Yeah.
That was all a lie.
Ohio.
That was all a lie, and Ant knew it. Ant knew it from the beginning.
We asked him about it.
And he said, what Ant told me was he had to do it for Jeanette.
Jeanette wouldn't support him anymore unless he put that video up. And he knew the whole time that wasn't really Jersey J.
Okay. Sometimes
he said it right in front
Ant
of
does think. Sometimes Ant does things that he knows isn't true as misdirection or as a strategy. Like he was saying, everybody, he had a great lawyer and then when he gets to West Virginia, he doesn't have a lawyer. Well, everybody assumed he was all prepared and stuff. So, and I'm one of those who follow Sun Tzu and the art of war, and the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So, while there seems like there's a division and discord.
Yeah.
And as soon as that word came out of my mouth, I'm like, oh my gosh, because a lot of this stuff's happening on Discord.
Yep.
I'm assuming. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, one of the conversations were happening on Discord.
Okay. Well, I hope it can all get ironed out, because I love all of you, and the viewers love all of you,
Yeah.
And
that's why I've been quiet about a lot of this, because I don't want to influence other people's thoughts on people. You know, they you know, I don't have any problem with people, you know, watching me and watching any of the other ones. I don't.
Yeah.
I never have.
Yeah.
But
I had no idea that, you know, and why should I? I mean, why should I have an idea that any of this is happening? Defender Vance, this drama is worth it all. Content, and we've got some content tonight. Don't be doing name calling and stuff in the chat. You know, it's okay to disagree with people, but you know, don't be getting disrespectful. I'm sure I've missed a whole bunch of stuff because I'm listening.
they're normal. Kaiser's mama
Normal?
tell me sniff pupils don't lie. My pupils are normal size.
Okay. I don't know. Ants just said something. Defender Ants just said something, and I want to catch it because, or maybe he was talking about. No, this isn't scripted. None of this is scripted. I had no idea Melanie was coming on tonight. Melanie and Red were coming on tonight, and it's obviously not scripted from your end either. But it's something that probably needs to be addressed, and this is a good place to address it because it's a neutral platform.
That's what I thought. That's why I didn't want to go on my channel and do it. I wanted to come on here.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, just here. How are you? Do you want to address anybody in the chat?
Yeah, to anybody saying that, you know, oh, like Lori, Squirrels lost funding now this. I don't care about my funding, all right? I've not put my Cashapp up there in days. I don't ask for money after I'm home. I don't care. I don't care about my views. I don't care about clicks. I don't. I like my small little group, my small little chat, and I am happy. None of this had anything to do with AP. Absolutely nothing.
Right.
You know, and like I said, Ant was not the original target. That was not the original plan. But the original plan didn't work out. He was there. Red's fed up with the lies. And so he went to confront him.
Okay. All right. My recommendation to everybody in the chat is to focus on where the problem is, and the problem is getting rid of 1776. And if you know, if there are people that are working with them that are hindering that effort, and you know, it needs to be called out. It needs to be stopped because what they're doing is incredibly dangerous, potentially, allegedly. As far as what 17.
We did not threaten AP with anything. We've not threatened her at all. We talked to her after her video and made it very clear to her that we have no problem with her. We're not coming after her. We've never had a problem with her. Now, I don't understand where that came from, except that in Stormtroopers chat, somebody in there said that we were coming after Ant and AP.
Hold on, they want a receipt? Ashley, you want a receipt? Here, coming right now. Give me 1 second, dude. And I'm gonna show you one of the receipts. It has the date on it and everything.
Okay.
Here you go. Wednesday, September 7th. I don't know if you can see that. It's probably reversed, but I can read it for you. It says,
yeah, go ahead.
I've been laying low on this. I've been laying low, but this morning I walked out to find Billy by my car with his paintball gun again. The cops were called, and they said they can't do anything unless I felt threatened or it was an actual emergency. That was on September 7th from Armada Ashley. So there you go. You want receipts, guys? I really don't think you want to ask me for receipts.
Laura, I don't have a sad face. The only sadness is that I tried to warn you about these people and what they were doing, and you've ignored it. They were the only ones who knew where I was, and they told Oreo where I was. So I turned my little. Yeah.
They told Oreo where you were?
Yes. While I was alone. I stopped sharing my location with those three. And all of a sudden, no one knew where I was anymore.
Okay.
Drug addicts. Hey, Lori.
From the.
You know I'll take a drug test right in front of everyone. Don't tempt me.
So will I. So, in reality, everybody is saying, oh, you attacked Ant, you attacked Ant. No, he went up there and said, hey, we need to deal with our problems.
Okay. Well, Ant obviously wasn't ready to at that time.
No, he wasn't.
And I'm checking over to the chats. Ant, if you want to come on here, click the link, and after we finish up here, or Lori, if you want to come on after we finish up here, and talk about your side. Actually, it's 1:18. I'm going to be on tomorrow night at midnight, and if you all want to come on then and talk about it, we'll do that as well.
Yeah, we can do that.
I'm not trying to rush you guys. I'm not trying to rush you guys off or anything, but I'm,
Oh, no. It's late.
I've
got one drive.
And I'm in the middle, and I like to hear from all sides, because I really, the purpose of this channel is to give people things to think about. It's not telling them what to think or how to think. So I try to give as many sides as I can and let people make up their own minds.
There's no court proceeding. You're crazy.
Exactly. You see what these people are saying? Just look at what these people are saying. Look how crazy they are, and they call us drug addicts. It's like, yo, are you serious? What are you gonna bring up in court?
There's not done anything.
Wow, we told our story. Oh boy,
Okay.
We got a big court case coming now.
Yeah, but no, I do appreciate your channel, because you are very neutral and you're very third party. You know what I mean? Like you.
I try to be.
Yeah, and you can put your personal feelings aside to be that third party where it's needed, and so that's really why I wanted to come on here to talk about it. So.
And I think as you know, if things start getting really bad, it's going to be important to have a place where both sides can come and communicate, because they're not going to be able to communicate with each other directly.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for pulling over. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for giving us your time. And you guys get back on the road, drive safely, get back. Get back to Tennessee, and take care of Honor Dog, and take care of Red, and take care of your house. Decompress for a little while. You're welcome on here anytime.
No, I really appreciate it, man. I really do. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. We'll see you next time.
Okay.
There we go. Totally unexpected when we started the night, but that's what happens on here sometimes. And I'm glad that it happened here, because now we can, we can take it from here, and everybody get their things out. And okay. Okay. Yeah, there. I wasn't aware of this, but why should I be aware of it? It's it was something that I should. It, messages were sent to me saying there are things going on, as I mentioned earlier. But what people do with their mods and their channels is their business, is the way I look at it. So. Okay. Who dat? I'm going to have to go back and watch this again because there was so much in this that I'm going to have to go back and watch this again. I'm going to be on tomorrow. If nobody wants to hop up here real quick, I want to get, I've got an invitation out to Defender Vance, to Lori. If either one of you want to hop on here now for a few minutes, and you got something's got to come out now, it's open. And if not, I'm going to be on at midnight tomorrow night. And you guys, Kaiser Mama, anybody that was discussed in here, if you want to come on tomorrow night, that's what we're going to be doing. We'll open it up and let people get their side out, so that the people that care about all of this can make judgments for themselves with all of the information, because that's how it should be. Paw Patrol says Discord is open for after stream. So Lori Arnold says come to my chat. I don't know if that was directed at me or if that was directed at I imagine it was directed at somebody in there. Spoon, you're welcome. Thank you. Pluck the Patriarchy. Ashley is a former mod of the Squirrels and a mod of, I think a mod of Lori. But again, I got to go back and watch all this. Yeah. Paw Patrol is the chat, is the after show chat at the BTM Discord. Is that what you were saying that you wanted? BTM Discord. Thanks, Telescope. And thanks just here for being here. TOB, Jules, Defender Vance, Lori. No mods for me. Yeah. I don't know. I think Ant and I probably, if we sat down with no cameras and just talked for an hour or so, I think we'd find that we have an awful lot in common. And I do appreciate his sense of humor. And sometimes, if you've got a mission on your head and you got a plan and you're in the middle of it, and somebody wants to talk to you about something, maybe that's not the best time to do it. And it causes confrontation that might be unnecessary. Freedom Ninja is Squirrel's sister. I think Freedom Ninja is Squirrel's convoy sister. I don't think she's her actual biological sister. I think they just called each other sister when they were part of the same convoy. I could be wrong, but okay. All right. BTM Discord is open, everybody. That's a part of that. And thank you, baby. Michael, thank you for being here. Bunny, playing games isn't good. No, because the stakes are way too high to be playing around with any of this. There's alleged pedophilia. There's rumblings of alleged human trafficking. There's rumblings of drug trafficking. There's all these rumblings and allegations, and if any of them prove true, it's way too serious to be playing games. Santa ran a church group on Yahoo Chat days. He was busted by me and others back in the 90s. Wow. I love I love this show. I've done radio. I've done, I've worked for newspapers, I've worked for magazines, I've worked for online publications, and I've interviewed a whole bunch of people. I've met every living president except Trump, including Biden. I had dinner with Biden one night when he was a senator and in town in Indianapolis raising money. But anyway, not impressive. Obama was impressive. Jimmy Carter was impressive. George W. Bush. He's a guy that you can sit down and have a beer with and spend an hour talking and not talk politics. And he's a decent dude. But anyway, I've talked to country music stars. I've talked to IndyCar drivers, NFL players, NBA, blah, 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 blah. I'd much rather have a show like this and have real people on. It's just, I don't know. There's something about the reality and the realness of people. And so I enjoy this, and thank you all for watching this, and hit the subscribe, hit the like, hit the share, hit the notification, blah, 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 blah. Because that's the only way you see the show. That's the only way the show grows. It doesn't get promoted up on YouTube. It gets kind of shadow banned, so to speak. And it's not just this channel. There are a whole bunch of channels that talk about things that maybe the powers that be don't want us talking about. So spread the word that we're here and we're doing this. And I'm kind of rambling a little bit at the end here to give you all in chat time to kind of wrap it up. Jules, you're welcome, and thank you all for watching. We will be back tomorrow night at midnight, and the invitation's out there, and I'll send a formal one if necessary, and to Defender of Vance, to Lori, to come on. And it's open, as I said, tomorrow night at midnight. We're going to do this all over again. It's open to anybody that was discussed on here tonight. If you want to come on and talk about it, we'll do it. Thank you, Spoon. I appreciate all you. I really do. And no matter where we come from, no matter what our political affiliations, what our spiritual beliefs may be, what our pigment of our skin may be, we're all on this planet together, and the more of us that can get along, the better off we will all be. I love y'all. Thank you very much. Namaste. Shalom. Salam. Assalamu alaikum. Blessing from the Most High, His Son Christ Jesus, in the name of the Holy Spirit as well. And if you're not a spiritual person in any way, shape, or form, peace. I love you. Positive vibes. We'll be back tomorrow night at midnight. This has been Late Night America on the American Doofus channel, and I thank you so much.